Hi, I'm Kelly Wright, Senior White House Correspondent for CBN News, and I'm just outside the briefing room right here at the White House, giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like when all the reporters are gathering. But most importantly, when White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt spoke to us today, she talked about the situation with the war in Iran and basically doubling down on what the President of the United States had stated about this war, why we are at war, and why Iran had become such an imminent threat to the United States. Well, some of the questions asked were political in nature, but I wanted to get more definitive about the ideological, spiritual aspects of this war as well. And so asked her this question about Iranian practices from the Iran regime for the past 47 years. Watch this.
Caroline, thank you. Good to see you. I want to get back to another question that was asked earlier. It talked about the political aspects, but there's also the ideological and the spiritual aspects of what Iran has said for 47 years. Death to America, death to Israel. And we've just finished talking about the fact that terror has been around the world. Iran has been the nexus of that in so many ways. Has the president stated clearly to the American people why this is such an imminent threat in order for Democrats on Capitol Hill and Republicans and the American people to understand how imminent the threat was?
I think he has, Kelly. I mean, you've heard from the president on an almost daily basis over the course of the past 10 days. You've heard it from me at this podium. You've heard it from the Secretary of War, the Secretary of State, the Vice President of the United States. You know, the president's top cabinet and his officials have been repeatedly explaining to the American public the threat that Iran has posed to our country in this moment, but of course, over the course of the past 47 years. And their words, again, chanting death to America, speak for themselves.
Why did the division within the American people? I realize that we have the people are talking about the War Powers Act, they're talking about all kinds of issues, but have people forgotten just how imminent that threat was? If they keep saying death to America and death to Israel, they mean it.
Look, I don't think the American people have forgotten, but I think Democrats on Capitol Hill, they have not forgotten, but they are just so plagued with this resistance to President Trump on everything that they do that, again, they can't even rally behind the common sense, bipartisan, long-standing principle of the United States of America that Iran absolutely poses a threat to the United States, that Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. And I think that's reflected again in their voting pattern. In 2023, every single member of the House of Representatives, with the exception of one, I believe the final vote was 412 to 1 in 2023 for a resolution condemning Iran as the world's state leading sponsor of terror. And now in this year, under this president in 2026, 53 Democrats voted against that exact same resolution with the exact same language. I don't think that's a change in the threat that Iran has posed to the United States. I think it's a change in the Democrat Party's thinking and their vicious hatred for President Trump.
And so my thanks to White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt for calling on me and responding to my questions. Outside of the White House in Washington, D.C., Kelly Wright, CBN News.